And this time I'll remember to unmute myself on the recording. uh, yes, we still forgot to do music, so you'll have to deal with that. But that's okay, because that's not the point. We're not here to listen to music. We're here to uh, look at
And
a Discord chat. So tonight we come together to kind of look back at the year of 2020. I know that all of you had a stress-free year. It was probably one of the best years ever. And just to reinforce how good of a year it was, we really wanted to look back and take a look at what made politics and war great in 2020. Um, and so we've prepared, I think, 46 awards that we're going to talk about tonight. Tonight, uh, so I'm sure all of you have got out and voted a lot. Um, we're not going to talk about every single award because 75 is too many dang awards. So we're going to just go over the stuff that's interesting and easier to talk about. But after the show, there will be a thread that will be posted with all of the results, including all of the things with links that you can click on. And I believe even the runners up, which we won't be talking about here either very much. So for this year, the awards were calculated based on a combination of popular vote and as well as representatives from each of the top 50 alliances were able to cast their vote on behalf of their alliance. And so in some of the cases, you'll see that the popular vote did not actually win the award, and that's because the populace is dumb, and we wanted to make sure that the huge alliances didn't get all of the say. Hope everyone's okay with that. You can file all complaints with Krampus and Adrian and Putmir and Change Up.
change up, yeah. Fun fact, actually, a lot of sections flipped because of the alliance votes. Normally, a lot of popular votes went to a different alliance, and due to the alliance representatives, many of those flipped. Like I can remember 2 or 3 of them looking over the list right now. So that's a fun fact, I suppose.
But really, if you're mad, just complain to your alliance representative because they were the ones that messed it up.
Storm the HQ.
And really, tonight we have to thank. I mean, I already announced who was really working a lot, but the awards themselves take a lot of work. I've looked at the spreadsheets; they're kind of crazy. You can really thank Krampus. You can really thank Adrian, Change Up, and Putmir, and Hope as well. I think they're the ones that really did all of the things, and I'm just here to talk at you for a while as we announce stuff.
But let's be real, most of the credit goes to Adrian, like 90% of it. You have no idea how big that sheet is.
Krampus is right, everything, pretty much everything. So,
Hi, Putmir.
hello.
Speak up.
Actually, he can't because the walls in his house are too thin.
Yeah, so basically a lot, I'm just following up on what Krampus said, a lot goes towards Adrienne. She did so much for this.
So, when you get a chance, I'd like all of you to just go to Adrian's page and just give her a little upvote. That'd be nice.
Right. Let me see if I can post that.
So as you post it, I'm gonna just get the show on the road.
Yep, go on.
So the first category, first we're gonna go out a little bit out of order from what you voted. for the sake of flow, primarily. But the first topic we're going to cover is the community. Community was one of the topics that we probably cut the most from, and that's because a lot of them end up being links that you can go and you can click on and look at, and they speak for themselves. But the first award that we're going to talk about goes for the best community contributor. And what you voted for the best community contributor was Carthago for CT Owned. Would you like to talk about that, Krampus?
I suppose for this award, I tried to get Shama and Piggy on board to give an acceptance speech, but unfortunately they couldn't make it. So I guess I will do the honors and talk about it. The idea started with Piggy back in, I think, a bit before Global War 15, the one between TCW and all the others. She wanted to make something to put our name out there, and the way she accomplished that task was to make a script that would pull out the stats. But that basically evolved into the stat site with Shama. I believe her script is still the one being used, funnily enough, with improvements, of course. And over the course of the last war, it has improved tremendously, but of course, it still has many areas which it lacks in. And until the next war, I will see to it that Shama improves it a lot more. But unfortunately, as of right now, he's working on our bot. And I think that's all when it comes to the site.
Very good, and I think that's a very well-deserved win. Ever since NP Owned went down, the community's not been the same without it.
I agree.
So moving on, the next award is for the best new addition to the community, and I think this guy really deserves it. Borg is gonna win best new addition to the community, and I really think that Borg really deserves it. I mean, I think everyone can really appreciate his work with locusts, locusts, locutus. That's the one. But he's also just a solid guy, and definitely one of the best newer players. Very much enjoyable. The third award.
I think. Sorry for interrupting. Go on.
Go for it. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I think I was meaning to say I think it's a very well-deserved win. Locutus, Locutus has been, used everywhere, and I think that's because of how advanced it is. For all we have known, all we have had in the past few years was basically NP-owned. That's the most we have interacted with, both scripts, things like that. And I think because how widely used and known it is, it's a very solid and deserved win. Eventually, we will all be bots.
Definitely. All right, so now I'm going to move on. So the winner for funniest player goes to none other than Shifty. Shifty, the leaker, Shifty News Network, and often a co-host of Thelmore Radio, has been is considered the funniest player according to a few people, I guess. I really enjoy Shifty. He definitely adds a lot to the community, and I think he deserves it. So the fourth community award will go to the nicest player. And the nicest player is going to be Yui. I probably pronounced that wrong, but that's okay. For this one, I planned ahead, and I actually got the link. And if that link is wrong, I am sorry. But there's the link. Go ahead and feel free to go and give that commendation. It's only
By the way,
worthwhile.
yeah, Zig, do you see awards announcements, that channel?
Yep, I see the channel, and I'm not going to click on it because I'm recording chat right now, and I don't want to have to switch between things.
Okay, I got it.
So if one of you that's not recording chat want to announce everything, since you have access to the same document I have, go for it. So now we get to go into the more controversial community topics. Just going to repost that again. So the next up, number 5, we have the best leak. And I forgot to delete context. Oops, whatever. Best leak. Can any of you guess who gave the best leak? Sphinx, exactly. First try. Anything that comes out of Sphinx's mouth will won for the best leak. Is anyone surprised? For context, there were 2 wars last year that were started because of a leak by Sphinx. I was informed that NPO's last time was started because of a leak from Sphinx, despite it starting 2 years ago, of course. But also, of course, Leaky Faucet, or whatever people decide to call it, that just finished. That also was caused, obviously, by a Sphinx leak. So congratulations, Sphinx on being a great leaker. And the last the penultimate award is actually a combination of a whole bunch of different awards. I've labeled it there as the biggest event, I think. But I think everybody that's here will remember the biggest event really of the last year was definitely the end of NPO's last time with the NPO cheating scandal and the mass deletion of NPO. People considered the mass deletion of NPO to be both the biggest meme and the funniest event to happen, while the biggest controversy was the NPO cheating scandal itself. Definitely, probably one of the most memorable parts of Politics and War that I've had, and I've been playing for about 6 years. That was, it's really an event that's large enough you could probably write an article for a news organization and people would read it. I really think so. However, one of the awards for funniest event actually was a tie between the mass deletion of NPO, but also Blackbird deleting 3.2b in infra to counter Dryad, but only to hit Vayne. I'm assuming that's B as in $1 billion worth of infra. I honestly don't remember this at all, and I was hoping somebody could fill in the gaps if you really want. Ooh, okay. 4150 to 2831 cities. That is absurd. And all of his military. That's going.
Sounds like he took a page out of Sphinx's book, wouldn't you say? Wait, you wouldn't even know that, would you?
Wasn't it Alexio that said he was going to sell down to 800 in every single nation?
And he, well, he didn't sell it down in every single member nation, but I think he did it for his cities. And I remember back in NPLT, NPO's last time, I think Sphinx deleted, how much was it? 3 billion, 2 billion, something like that. He sold down from 3.8k per city to something like 2k, if I remember correctly. So it's something like, thanks, Putmir. It's very similar.
Just remember, everybody, they can't destroy your infra if you just sell it all.
Or if you don't have any to begin with.
Exactly. And so the last award in the community topic will go to the best business. There was a bit of controversy as to who got actually suggested for the topic, but I really think the winner definitely deserves it, and I'm sure you all know exactly who's about to win. That's right, it's Thalmor Radio, of course. No, I'm just kidding. Royal Orbis News wins the best business of the year.
Yeah, so should we address what you just stated before? The thing about the nominations being contested, particularly by Tate? Should we?
Nah, Tate sucks. Who cares?
Okay, all right.
Down with the banks. If you want to tell my story, feel free, because that story is mildly funny.
Yeah, it's kind of hilarious. So let me explain a bit about how alliance representation works. Basically, in a server, we give people the ability to vote or nominate. I mean, I call people, but these people are alliance representatives, and they can basically shortlist nominations. This was done in order to cut down on the nominations. And if you don't know, Zigbir is like his persona, his in-game persona is basically against all banks. He calls interest usually or something like that. And the entire reason why Tait was excluded from the final voting list was because Zigbir voted for the foundation, which is my bank, but he didn't know that, and he thought the foundation was some sort of. What did you think again?
I didn't think anything. I just picked whatever wasn't Taith.
Oh, so yeah, and I remember looking over the sheet, and I saw the foundation having 5 votes from alliance representatives, and Tait got 4 along with a couple others, and after that, all of that controversy found, which is unfortunate, but it's what it is. So the entire reason I am blaming Zigbir for all of this. So that's a hilarious story, I guess.
Because as usual, I'm a little bit of a mess and don't really know what's going on. Why are you having me host again?
Because all right, and I forgot about the acceptance speech, right?
Oh yes, you can give your acceptance speech.
Right. So before I start with that, I would like to take this opportunity to talk about something else, something not related but just as important. I wanted to take a moment to appreciate the amount of work the organizers and particularly Adrian has done to make these awards happen. Like you have no much you have no idea how much work goes on in the background, and much of it is very arduous and the thankless task. So I think that deserves a lot more recognition than it gets. Um, with that said, I am proud how far we as a business have come. Ron has come. Um, I remember very distinctly in the last um, awards we didn't even receive an award. I think we were barely an honorable mention, which is I think that's very very disappointing for a news server as we have, and it's a very momentous occasion in the history of our business to receive the first place award. And if I remember correctly, we won in a landslide victory. So that's even more awesome. I guess you could call it that.
Goodness. Meanwhile, are we gonna have to acknowledge Jordan's cats? I was gonna try not to, but
I think David should share cat pics.
but congrats to Ron for winning, obviously, and being able to host their own awards show. So moving on, now we're going to be talking about alliances. There's a lot more categories in this one, so watch out.
That's a lot.
Yeah, this one's a lot, but they're all real topics or something. I don't know. I don't have anything to say about them. So the first one, most missed alliance, that actually ended up being a three-way tie for some reason, which I'm not sure if that means that all three are actually really missed or if no one really cares about them. But the Golden Horde, Soup Kitchen, and Church of Spaceology tied for winning the most missed alliance of 2020. I don't remember them at all, so I can't really talk about them. So just go ahead and talk amongst yourselves for a second.
That's very responsible of you. Well,
we didn't allow NPO to win. The whole election was rigged against NPO.
Oh, you're right. That makes me remember. Actually, if I remember correctly, NPO won the popular vote, which is just stupid in my opinion. How could you vote for an alliance like NPO? I mean, Yang, I saw what you said. Even if they had NPO, I don't think that's enough of the redemption to vote for them. And the sheer amount of voters in favor of NPO makes me disappointed in our community as a whole. Anyway,
if all you wanted was NPO'd, you should have someone should have suggested that the most missed alliance was NPO'd.
It's for shame, really.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Whole NPO thing. But before we do, let's talk about the next topic, which is best alliance for new players. You're going to smell a little bit of a trend here, but the Enterprise wins for the best new alliance for new players. Anyone but the Immortals. Yeah, I don't know if the Immortals were even a choice, were they? And in fact, I'm not sure if any of the Swamp Alliances were a choice on that one. Maybe they were. I can't read.
I think Swamp won only one vote, if I remember. Not vote, but section, I think. And we will get to that when we get to that, right?
Right. Yeah, so the options were the Enterprise, TKR, Era 404, ARG, and Rose. And it's good to point out that there were the other 5 choices, because there are definitely good choices within there. Era 404 is definitely a good alliance. I'm not
Rose
just a
is-
hedge shill. Just asking. So the next one might be a bit... I think this is probably less contentious than it could have been, based on who people chose. But the most honorable alliance for 2020 was chosen to be TKR, the Knights Radiant. Which, considering they kind of stay out of the limelight, I think that makes a lot of sense. They just follow their allies, and I don't know. I'm just saying things. Don't listen to me. Never mind. Anyways, moving on. So this is where the controversy kind of rears itself again. The next two are the most immoral alliance and the most controversial alliance. And you can probably guess which alliance won that. So for 2020, of course, NPO won both most immoral and most controversial. And it was actually debated for a little bit if we wanted to even include NPO as as a choice, because the argument, I think, was that in the future people don't want to be compared to NPO, because in the future, if you're most immoral alliance, you're going to be on the same level as NPO. I'm seeing a lot of people saying Goons was worse than NPO, and if that was the case, then why didn't you vote for Goons? If you did vote for Goons, oh, okay, then why didn't I vote for Goons? Oh wait, you can't answer that. Never mind. Yes, I did not pay attention, and I don't actually see what I get a little confused, because when I think of Goons, I think of a Goomba that sends funny messages to me occasionally, which is Goon Squad, I think, which is a different thing. But I do really like that guy. I think he's funny. Yeah, Goomba. Yeah, his it's not intelligent humor, but it is funny nonetheless. Unlimited, there you are. Yeah, Unlimited, you get a shout out, because you're my vote. I'm voting for you for someone I enjoy, I guess. So moving on, biggest warmongers, and that award goes to ARG. Go figure. Everyone decided to vote for ARG. The the constant, the one that are stereotyped as the rating alliance. Yeah, of course people are gonna immediately just say ARG, because after all, nobody remembers who Mythic is. Minesome says, Shroot Farm was the biggest warmongering alliance. And I think that's quite ironic, because the next topic we're going to talk about is who the biggest pixel huggers are of the year. And guess who got voted the biggest pixel huggers of the year? Shroot Farm. consequently, they also happen to win the next topic, which is the worst filing alliance of the year, Shrewd Farm. Now, I didn't look into this whatsoever, so I can't confirm nor deny, but very clearly, people thought that Shrewd sucks, and it's not just their leader that makes them suck. But speaking of Shrewd sucking, the next topic will be the biggest alliance decline of 2020. And as you can probably guess who wins that? Shrewd Farms! But actually, NPO also wins. It actually ended up being a tie between Shrewd Farm and NPO. So calm your heels, because NPO counted. Dennison, it could not be Guinea Pig Whaling Corporation, because that wasn't a real alliance. It didn't count. That's my thought.
I guess that depends on your standards.
That would count as, I think GPWC would count as a training alliance. So that'd be like saying that ES was the biggest decline. It's because it was basically the training alliance of NPO, right? All right, so to move on, we just talked about the biggest alliance decline, but on the other hand, there were some alliances that actually improved a significant amount. And so this is the most improved alliance, and to be considered, I believe you had to be not a new alliance. You had to be an established alliance as of 2019. And so the most improved alliance was actually BK, their ally. I don't know about you guys, but personally, I thought BK. I didn't realize BK was still around. I thought they all mass deleted as well. Is that bad? Yeah, probably.
That's. I mean, that goes to show how involved you are.
And to think they consider me a foreign affairs guy at Grumpy. What a mistake.
Well, I could provide some context if you aren't clear about it.
I don't know. It's probably fine.
All right, then. Moving on.
The people in chat seem to know, so they're good. They say it's a good pick. I trust them. And actually, my alliance also said that BK was the best pick. I'm mostly just playing out my dumb character. So the next two topics I'm gonna stick together: best alliance growth as well as the best rookie alliance. And I think it's not any surprise that the winner of both best alliance growth and best rookie alliance is Era 404. That's right, Era 404. Hedge Money has gotten a single award now. Yes. And to accept the award of best rookie alliance and best alliance growth, we have TheRebelMan, I believe. TheRebelMan, are you here? If so, click twice. Oh, you're muted. Can someone unmute TheRebelMan?
I believe I can. Let me see. Right. I think he can speak now. Rebelman, can you quickly unmute yourself? I gave you the permission to speak. Can you hear us? At least.
Are you driving? Please don't unmute if you're driving.
Oh, well. Rep, I guess he's not like to talk about it.
That's not true. You do whatever you want, but
Yeah, floor.
cut to commercials.
There we go. I was a little, yeah. I'm not good at tech. What can I say?
Good to hear you. All right, congratulations on winning the best rookie and best alliance growth. How does that make you feel?
Good, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's kind of nice to have your alliance win those two.
Do you think it's well deserved?
I mean, yeah. Personally, I thought it was a toss-up between Eclipse and 404. I don't know why the other alliances were like passing Eclipse or whatever, but yeah, I mean, yeah. I think it's well deserved.
Why do you think it's well deserved? What do you think is great about your alliance?
I mean, the biggest thing, the most unique thing we have is of course the bot. However you pronounce it, I say Lakotas or whatever it is. Yeah, the biggest thing is Lakotas, but then we have a solid ghost structure. I think we had some rough bumps over the past, but I think those have been ironed out more or less.
By rough spot, do you mean, let's see, I think it was someone trying to poach the entire game or something like that?
Wait, what? What?
Sri? Wasn't it like Sri Lanka? Wasn't it Sri that was trying to poach the entire game?
During the war against Commonwealth, he tried poaching from the Commonwealth, which was really dumb. But as I said, we had some bumps, so it's like, anyways.
And you survived it, and you managed to get into the best block in the game. I'd say you're doing well for yourself.
Yeah, I think we did well too. As I said, we had some bumps, but those more or less have been ironed out, and it should be smooth sailing from here.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. It looks like I'm not allowed to move on to the next award for some reason. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I will. So it seems we kind of mixed up something. It's very not consequential. Basically, the 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 one on the left is the first place, and the one on the right is the second place. So it's not a tie. You got that?
I got it. Yeah. So the next category is the most likely to succeed in 2021. And I think the top two at least really show that bots are going to take over. The number one is Carthago. And a close second, I think, I'm assuming since I got confused, is Arrow 404. But Carthago wins the most likely to succeed in 2021. Likely to do because with them being in Quack. You are still in Quack, right? But also, obviously, the stat site is really helping them a lot, and just their whole government is pretty solid.
Now, we invite David from as the leader of Carthago to give his acceptance speech. Hopefully, if he is available.
Yeah.
David, are you available? Rip, he's not. Very unfortunate.
Rip. Well, if that's the case, then we can come back to it to Dave if we need to. So we're down to the last 3 alliance ones, I think. Sorry, I keep having to cough loudly. I have coronavirus. Oof. So the most likely to be rolled in 2021, and I'd love to hear how you guys think this is going to happen. Honestly, I think it should be KT because they deserve to be rolled for leaving Hedge. But in reality, it's going to be Rose. Rose is going to get rolled. And actually, I've been saying this ever since the start of Leaky Faucet. My signature is actually #pivot to Rose, because honestly, I think that the whole war should have just it should have changed directions mid-war and gone straight to Rose. That's what I think. Now, I'm not saying that as an FA person because I have absolutely no say in that sort of thing, but it's time for Rose to get rolled. That's right. Now, the question is whether or not it's going to take a couple backroom deals and paperless ties to get it done. We'll see about that. So the best foreign affairs move of 2020 happened actually right at the end. Everyone can probably remember it. It was when TI and TFP left, quote unquote, Swamp, or got kicked out, or whatever actually happened. So TI and TFP leaving Swamp, they get to win the best foreign affairs move. Dr. James Wilson, do you have a comment on that? I believe you are part of that. Winning. #winning. That's all you really need to know. Clearly, it was a very, very popular move. So well done on that, TI and TFP. And I'm sorry, Swamp, because you really lost out on that one. And so the final alliance award goes to the worst foreign affairs move, and oh, that's interesting. The Camelot one got removed, didn't it? Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, would you like me to address that?
Yes, please. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it actually included something on sorts of Camelot shutting the F up, and apparently Alex was not fine with that, and that's why it got removed out of the polls. And due to that, the vote shifted to TI and TFP leaving Swamp. And fun fact, I believe that is the only award they as an only award Swamp will receive thus far. And until the awards end, I think that's a saddening but fun fact nonetheless.
Yep, fun fact, Swamp only won that award, and apparently it's a technicality. So the last alliance award goes to the worst foreign affairs move, which would be, of course, the 3-sphere paperless treaty. That is the paperless secret MDP that the entire game had against Quack for some reason.
Actually, this was nominated for both best FA move and worst FA move, and I personally think that's just hilarious, isn't it? The best and the worst move at the same time.
I completely agree.
Unfortunately, it wasn't voted in. I hate to see that, but
It was voted in as the #1 worst foreign affairs move, but it was actually #2 of the best foreign affairs move as well, which I think it's hilarious.
yeah, right.
But really well deserved, I think, as being both the best and the worst. Now, if only we could figure out Ronnie's HM source. So the next group of topics is about government awards. And so this isn't a section when we were voting at all. But I really thought that these really went well together. Yeah, I think you'll understand why. Basically, all of these were a toss-up among 3 different alliances. Them being Rose, the Syndicate, and TKR, the top 3 alliances. The only notable exception would be for Era 404 being nominated, being in the top 3 of the Milcom department. So they managed to make one of the top. Era 404 managed to make one of the nominations. But every other topic, every other category was absolutely dominated by Rose, TS, and TKR. The top 3. Go figure. And once again, you'll notice a complete absence of anybody from Swamp. And basically from Hedge Money as well. So the best foreign affairs department, that actually goes to Rhodes. And I kind of think that Rose probably got the best I think they're probably the best FA. They probably got voted that because they didn't say anything for their last CB. And they also managed to sign a really useful paperless treaty. Yeah, and I'm sure that a lot of Quack would have said that they're the best FA because of their numerous puppet alliances that they clearly have. Clearly, they're really good at FA, and I really don't think a lot of that gets seen on the forums as much as it really should. And I really hope that hope it doesn't make too many people mad by me saying that, because I think it's funny. And so for the next 8 awards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For the next 8 awards, I'd like to give Leopold a chance to talk, because TS is about to win Best Economics Department, Best IA, Best Milcom, Best Government Lineup, Most Engaged Alliance, Best Propaganda, Most Powerful Alliance, and, of course, you might as well give them Alliance of the Year as well. So congratulations, TS, for winning absolutely everything.
Is Leo here?
Leo, if you're here, make yourself known so we can unmute you and you can say your acceptance speech.
Yeah,
or
you can
something.
talk. Just yeah. He's Leo. Unmute yourself. You can talk. You have the perms. Can you try now?
Leo.
He unmuted himself. There is
That's a good first step.
progress. Now just talk, please.
You might need to push to talk.
Yeah, no pressure, no pressure. Just he hates Discord.
Quick, tell a joke. This is what Thelmore makes me do sometimes. Hey, we need to fill some time. Quick, talk about something.
Right. The biggest joke of this year should be Shrewd Farms, because they tried to sell their alliance. I think that's the biggest joke I can come up with in terms of politics and war. Leo, can you?
All right. Jordan, you're part of TS, right?
Right. No, he's not.
Dang it, that's right. You were at one point part of TS, right? I remember that you were part of TS when I was part of TS, so you know. Dang it. Oh, Vero. Yeah, Vero was like a leaker of TS, right?
Well, if you could call them leaks.
Let Vero talk, I guess.
Leo, can you still not talk? Leo, can you hear us? I mean, I wouldn't want to. Okay, can you talk then?
It won't let him push to talk, it looks like. So we
Uh,
might
he
just
ju-
have to move on. I don't know.
No, not Leo.
I know, it's sad, eh?
Very.
Looks like
All right.
Blindsome can accept on behalf of TS.
Zig.
I'm
He's
just
not.
kidding.
Yeah. Maybe we could. Leo, are you fine with Vera talking on your behalf? All right, Shiho. He's here. Right, he's here. Would you like to talk, Shiho? On that note, Shiho, you can talk.
Speech!
Sorry.
So, do you know what you just won?
Sorry.
Do you know what you just won as an alliance?
Everything but Partisan.
All right.
Yes,
well,
I did hear what the words were.
Yeah, so best econ, best IA, best milcom, best government lineup, most engaged, best propaganda, most powerful, and alliance of the year. Do you believe that that's right? Do you agree with that? Or is the community dumb?
I mean, the community voted for MP almost missed. That said, it was the council who voted for it, not the community. So
Yeah, I guess that's a fair argument. Maybe we could have Shiho read Partisan's speech.
It's not time for partisan speech, I don't think.
Yeah,
Although I agree.
also, I mean, he didn't win the face, so does it still apply?
There's a part in the show where Partisan has to won an award that personally that we were gonna give his speech.
Oh, you can just wait for his own personal award.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna wait for. It's gonna be very soon, so I wouldn't worry about it. But what do you think goes into TS being the best alliance in the game? What do you think? Why do you think that is?
Having the government of the membership to be up to scratch to qualify for such award.
How do you keep TS great?
I mean, you kick those who are unfit. I mean, there is nothing else to it.
I'm seeing people in the chat saying hire weaves. Do you think that's a good idea for TS? Is that something you're going to be implementing in the future?
I'm saying that the wave numbers are adequate, if not a little bit high at the moment.
Very good. And my last question is, who do you think contributes the most to the success of TS? Or the top three, if you need more. That's right, play favorites.
I mean, there's a bunch of people that frankly nobody here knows that contributes a fair lot, so I can't really make a list like that.
If you can't make a list, and that's okay. I just want to give you the opportunity to thank the people that you really appreciate in TS, who you think really make it a great alliance, so they can be acknowledged.
I mean, as far as my department goes, that would be Pope and Gray.
And which department is that?
Military.
And you won in that category, so well done. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Well, in that case, I think we can probably move on. I guess. Gotta get to the speech. The last category is the best block, and yeah, and just to follow the trend, the best block of the year was Quack. What I find really interesting is that, you know, Quack basically won everything except for FA, and yet they still maintain that they're not a hegemon. I think it's fake news. Quack is the hegemon. TS is the hegemon. That's why they can win every category. That's right. Duck with a knife is coming to get you. By the way, did that duck with the knife, did that win the best war flag? Because I really think it should have, because that was cool.
Yep, it does.
Cool. That one won, but we're not going to talk about it because you can look at it later. So we're getting to the to the last category. Having gone for about an hour now, which is perfect.
Wait, before we go on.
Sure.
We received a very hefty, touching, and captivating speech from Partisan on his victory. On
Later.
Oh, all right.
But
Is it
yes,
too early?
please do.
Too premature?
Yeah. I intentionally put him last.
Oh, I didn't. Oh,
You didn't
may
hear
have
that. Never mind. So the player awards. So we're going to the best player awards. Personally, I wanted to make sure that Adrian won every single one of them. I think Adrian deserves every award. I shouldn't. Yeah, because I'm a dang simp. Get over it. I'm sorry, that was a fun joke. No, Adrian was nominated for, I think, just about every single player award, which I thought was hilarious. But thankfully, she didn't win any. So the best general member and the best general member of 2020 ends up being Adrian. The best alliance leader for 2020 ends up being Adrian. Do you want to have a comment about it, Adrian? You don't have to if you don't want to. But I do find it funny that you win both the top member and the bottom member. 3, 2, 1, and good job. We're moving on. But congratulations. I think it's well deserved. You're a really solid leader and also a cool person in a non-simp sort of way. So moving on to the third member one, the best government member. Surprisingly enough, Adrian didn't win this one. The best government member actually ended up being none other than Borg. People really like Borg. Botman, that's right. And I wonder if it's because of personality or because of Locutus. But honestly, I think either one really works. Borg is nice because he's basically like Gov for every alliance, really, right? I mean, he gives us Locutus, and then a lot of people use them. I know that I've used Locutus during wartime as a hedge money person, and it's very, very useful. Locutus. Yes, it is pronounced Locutus. For those of you that have never seen Star Trek, you uncultured swine.
Has anyone wait? Does anyone remember how Borg used to talk back in like April? Like not talk but chat. He used to he dropped that habit, but it's just a fun fact I remember these days. He used to type like you, for example, instead of saying you, he would say just you, and as such similar things. And when I first talked to him, I thought I was talking to a 12-year-old, and
I don't know that we've confirmed that he's not a 12-year-old, but that's not the point. I'm always shocked at how competent some 13-year-olds are.
Cuff, Arctic. Cuff.
You just made me cough. Thank you very much. Arctic is... oh, no, I'm not allowed to say Arctic's secret identity. Anyways, moving on. So, the most missed player of 2020, I think is in chat right now. Is that right, Fraggle? Yeah, so
Uh,
the top three were Fraggle and then Pika and then Kev. Having never interacted with Fraggle or Pika, I thought Kev should have won. Because Kev did a radio show and he was good at it, but apparently that wasn't enough. Apparently Fraggle is that well liked. And Fraggle's actually here to accept the award in chat, but I don't know where. I don't know.
well, I suppose something came up.
Yeah, something probably came up. That's what happens when you leave, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we could talk about who Fraggle is. For example, Liberty doesn't know who she is. For those that don't know, Fraggle used to be the nuke hoarder. She used to have like how many nukes was it? 1,500 nukes, something along that mark, and that's the only thing I remember about her. And I think that was like her like persona, and yeah, she was so dedicated to this task that she had an achievement named after her. And then Alex nerfed nukes. Before the nerf, you could have, I think, limitless nukes, but after the nerf, you didn't receive the score after, I think, 50 nukes, something like that. This
Right.
caused her score to drop tremendously from like 15,000 to 3,000, something like that. And in response, she left the game. I think this happened back in December. I'm not entirely sure, but it did in the end.
Yeah, I think it was during Anpio's last time that she did end up leaving. So the most likely person to succeed in 2021.
You skipped.
The most likely person to be playing in 2050, I think, is a kind of a disappointing suggestion since he owns the dang game. But people decided that Alex was the only person that will be playing Politics and War in 2050. And I don't know if that's even the truth, because I could see Alex selling the game before he works on it for 30 more years. That's what I would do anyways. But in addition to him being the most likely to be the longest playing player, Alex was also voted as the most likely to succeed in 2021. And you know what? I think I really agree with that. And it's not because I don't think that he's going to be doing anything really good personally, but he hired a coder, and I think that coder is going to fix the game. I honestly do. Alex is going to succeed purely because of the coder. At some point, we need to we need to get together and thank the coder for actually implementing fixes to the games that actually work. I don't think the coder should get Discord, because the coder will get absolutely mobbed, probably, and in unhealthy ways. I'm glad to not know the secret Alex coder. But that doesn't mean I don't think the coder should be appreciated. So the next award, I think, comes as no surprise. The poster you most love to hate, and you know who else would it be except for Phoenix? I feel like that that category was made for Phoenix. Is there even another choice? I mean, I think some people like to hate on Firewolf as well, but I mean it's Phoenix. It's always Phoenix. So following so continuing on the trend of the negative awards, we're going to talk about the worst alliance leader of 2020. And guess who that would be? Dwight Schrute. Dwight Schrute. Well deserved. That's right, Plague Dr. Dwight. You have won the worst alliance leader of 2020. I think you know exactly what you've done. Clap, clap. I'm sure you should be very proud of yourself. But you may be considered the worst alliance leader, but you're not the biggest villain. So the best villain of 2020 is none other than Alex. But also Rock. Roquentin. Alex is the most likely to succeed as a villain. Alex is as bad as Rock. Change my mind. I can't change your mind because they tied for the worst or for the best villain. So I think everyone agrees with you, as you can clearly see by the vote. Alex is the creator of the game, yes. And Alex is known for implementing terrible things impulsively. I hope he gets better at that. But, I mean, what did he do last year? He just arbitrarily got rid of beige one day? You remember that? Oh, Rock won? Did I mess that up? Who just typed that to me?
No, you are fine. What you say is correct. Because he won the popular vote, but not the alliance thing.
So I got I have the numbers. They've told me to be more specific with the numbers. So I'm actually going to tell you. Roquentin actually lost the popular vote, but had one more alliance vote, and so that's why Rock is technically the number one. But Alex won the popular vote and only lost the alliance vote by one. And so we considered it a tie, basically. But needless to say, they were neck and neck, and we basically just called it a tie as a result. Because Alex won the popular vote only by 7 votes. So it was, yes, rigged. Demolish the electoral vote. Yes, stop the count. So moving on we're getting to the end now. The best fighter and the best raider of the year. Congratulations to Dryad for being the best fighter and the best raider. Now, I don't know if any of us actually looked at the stats to say whether or not this is true or not, but it doesn't matter because Dryad won. Mythic is based, and Dryad's not even in Mythic anymore, I don't think. But I believe it was, I don't remember if it was Vayne or Dryad, but one of them poached me, and so they're good at that too. According to stats, it should have been Duck, I think. He was first for the year. However, not in anything that counts, which is popularity, because this is a popularity contest. Next up, we got the most controversial player. And this one was a really tight one as well. So I'm going to just go through the top 3. Coming in third, and he's in chat right now, it's none other than Elijah Michelson. Some of you will understand that joke. Coming in second with 22.1 weighted score is Ro Kenton. And the winner for most controversial player goes with 24.3 weighted score goes to Dwight K. Schrute. Once again winning after that wonderful win of Worst Alliance Leader. Because that controversy was hilarious and awesome, and thank you very much for it. So before we wrap up with the last 3 awards, I just wanted to send my condolences to Swamp, who basically won nothing, and to Hedge Money, who basically apparently the only good thing about Hedge Money is Era 404. So condolences to the rest of Hedge Money for not winning anything. And when I say Swamp, I mean both blocks of Swamp, whatever they're called now. I can announce the best OOC poster, but it's going to take a second because I don't know who that is. I don't have that open in front of me. Quick! Someone find that.
It's Jordan's Cats. Dan
Jordan's
Cooper.
Cats wins the best OOC poster.
Yep. Now, send cat pics, Jordan.
Send cat pics.
The second place is second place goes to Cooper, and the third place goes to Minnesum MC.
So, now that I see Jordan's Cats, I think I understand, and I think I agree now. I have no idea who I voted for, and I probably based it on nothing. And Jordan's Cats deserves it. And so now we get to the final awards of the night, and you can probably guess who these are going to. But the last 3 awards are for the best in-character poster, the most influential player, and the player of the year. That's right, Partisan. Party wins all of them. Best IC poster, most influential poster, player, and the player of the year. On this momentous occasion, Partisan actually couldn't make it because he's European and probably drunk. But he has sent he sent us a nice speech that someone is going to read for us. Probably another European. Krampus, are you prepared to deliver the speech on behalf of Partisan? Or are we going to get someone else to do it?
I can do it if no one is. Is Amir coming? If not, I can do it.
Let's get Leo to do it. That would be fun.
Agreed. Leo, can you speak? Wait, I think your permits might be messed up. Nope, they're just fine. Now, switch to. Wait, what was it called?
I think if you take him off text-to-speech,
Does this
he'll be able
actually-
to speak.
We can hear you. Finally, go on.
Rip. It
Do
worked.
you want me to read that Partisan speech?
Yes. Also, the
Alright.
chat is exploding with wherever. I think we have to.
I think this is
We
a
have
good.
to.
I think this is a good chance for you to give your own comments as well, if you'd like. Wow, we need to put this on slow mode though. Holy cow, they really like Vero.
I
My
think at this
my
point we should.
comments on what?
Yeah, if you want to talk about the TS win as well, this can be your chance.
Oh, okay, interesting. Well, I want to start off by saying I'm actually extremely disappointed in this community for thinking that Rose had good FA. Are you kidding me right now?
Well, that's quite dramatic.
The alliance that couldn't even post a CB, refused to talk to anyone in public, and just all around shitty to try to get anything out of them. And you vote them as best FA?
That sounds like a legitimate tactic.
Yeah,
Not
maybe.
not a very likable
But-
tactic, but a legitimate one nonetheless.
I think all our awards were well deserved. I think it's very clear. Everyone thought so.
All right, have you been given the speech yet?
Oh yeah.
Whenever you're ready, feel free to deliver Partisan's speech.
Okay. So this is what Partisan wanted to be said for all his wins, because he just knew he was going to get them. Greetings, fans. Before you continue honoring me, I want you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath with me, breathe in every facet of this momentous occasion. Do you feel the pleasant sensation of fresh air, or in the case of some, musky basement air, filling your lungs? Hold on to that sensation, empty your mind. Now, I want you to envision my impressively broad stature, towering above the award-winning peers gathered around you. Consider the bright twinkle in my deep blue eyes and the lightly crooked grin plastered on my impeccably smooth face. There, we're ready. If time zones were less restrictive, I would stand here on this stage tonight a humbled, accomplished, and content man. I would exchange pleasantries and deliver a speech along the lines of what you've come to expect from lesser men. An awkward, self-depreciating quip. A nod to family and teammates. A dedication to some grand ideal or goal. A smile, a wave, a nod. Dance, monkey, and the world goes round. There, okay, where are we? Instead, this speech is being read by a voice that does not do it justice. My absence means that my Friday night whiskey bender has catastrophically impeded my ability to attend or function. C'est la vie, the show must go on. Vie en dur. The politics and war ceremonies have a long-standing tradition of heaping praise upon my persona's accomplishments, characteristics, and general radiance. It is a rite, really marking the passing of the old year. The closure of a chapter and the turning of a page. By blessing what I have provided yesterday, we spiritually fertilize what is to come. Upon that, this year may provide creativity, progression, and dynamism to a vibrant and prosperous Orbis. To that end, I would like you to join me in 30 seconds of silent prayer. Thank you. You may reopen your eyes. As you all prepare for my deification, I ponder on the nature of faith. Its immortality fascinates me. An idea cannot be killed. It can be repressed. its bearers shackled to dogma and doctrine. It can be marginalized and perhaps temporarily suspended, but it will come back. Ideology and theology have the strange habit of reappearing in slightly modified forms, adapting to fickle psyche of mankind. So too do I. A leader, a villain, a hero, a jester, a leader, a friend, an enemy, a lover, and a leader. I have come to enjoy the most absolute of faith from my loyal following. In return, they enjoy my love, mentorship, and protection. But moreover, they rest easy knowing that they serve a greater cause. On the side of history that propels this digital wasteland toward
Uh-oh. Did he get cut off?
Okay, what was the last thing I said?
You were talking about his acceptance of these awards.
Okay, perfect. Let my acceptance of these awards, Best FA, Most Handsome Leader, Greatest Econ, Best Poster, Second Best Poster, Greatest Jest, Best Generally Pleasant Man, and so on and so forth, be a reminder that many of you may have defeated Partisan's Nation and Partisan's Alliance, but that the ultimate strategic victory belongs with Partisan, for you defeated neither the lifestyle that is partisan nor the ideology that is partisan. I thank you all for recognizing my skill. I bless your revenues for the year, and I graciously accept these awards. If I'm honest, my friends, I was going to be more specific and more in depth with this speech, but the whiskey is good and my time is now. We shall speak again one day. A slight bow and a stiff hug. Partisan.
That was very touching, a very captivating speech. Yes, this that puts a tear. Wait, that puts a tear on my eye. That
And with that, I think I'm ready to conclude the award ceremony for 2020, Politics and War. So this has been recorded, so you can pass it along to people. We can also, a lot of the awards, like I said at the beginning, a lot of the awards we did not go over because they were either memes or things that I wanted to encourage you to go and actually take a look at and appreciate for yourself by clicking on links. So things like the best post or the best sig or something like that. So on the forums that will get posted very soon. And thanks for a good 2020, a good year in politics and war.